Welcome back, YouTubers. I am in Jakarta, Indonesia, about to treat y'all to a new airline the US doesn't really ever see. Garuda Indonesia business class. I'm headed up to Hong Kong on an A330. It'll be a 5-hour flight. Let's head over to Terminal 3 and get checked in. Terminal 3 is actually the bread and butter of Garuda Indonesia. That is their home. They built it up. And I think any Sky Team member is in it. So the SkyTrain stops running at 9 o'clock and they have buses. That was the most clown car-like experience on this bus. You gotta fight your way on and definitely fight your way off because everybody's trying to get on, off, maybe go home. I get it. As you can see behind me, they're loading from both sides. Have y'all seen the trains where the people sit on the top? If they could and there was a ladder, they'd probably sit on top of this bus. But let's go inside, check out this terminal. This terminal is very modern compared to what I just came from. The expansion of Terminal 3 officially opened August 9th, 2016. And airlines that belong to the SkyTeam Alliance eventually moved from Terminal 2 to the new Terminal 3, starting with Garuda Indonesia in summer of 2017. It was later announced that in December of that same year, all international flights would be using the new Terminal 3. In massive terminals like this, you gotta look for your row of check-in. I'm in Alpha, which is probably half the terminal down. Since I'm flying in business class today, they have a dedicated check-in, and it's quite nice. Hey, and thank God for business class because such a shorter line. Really, what airline still has ticket jackets? You can tell that's an old thing, blast from the past. I was whisked through security, sky priority lanes, and then that was a nice treat. Maybe that's my lounge. Let's go see about relaxing in the lounge. I'm starving. Get some food in me. Garuda Indonesia provides a beautiful lounge, kind of small, but all the way down this nice corridor for business class passengers of their own airline and SkyTeam. Comfy seating, and they even had a shower if you need to take one. After setting my things down, I went right to the buffet to give me some chicken satay and rice. Cheers to bintang. Thank you. Just what I needed. Food was good, nothing like a couple beers. And at first the lounge was fairly busy, but as the late flights, everybody tapered out. But sometimes I'd rather deal with a full lounge than an extremely full airport. Seems like it's kind of died down. I got about 30 minutes before we board. So this time of night, it's pushing midnight. Stores like duty free are closed. I'm sure a lot of things are probably closed. So if you're on a late flight, just be mindful of that in case you want anything to take with you. On the upper level where the lounge is, they also had a little food court and seating for those that want to get whatever else to eat. Pretty unique art on the window. Well, I guess there is still a duty-free shop open now that I come downstairs. I made my way to the gate just for boarding and I found these decent, comfy loungers to rest in. Seriously, if you're overheating like I am, this airport's hot, look for these right here. Feels amazing standing underneath them. I'm not sure what I'm missing, but all of a sudden, all these passengers behind me decided to line up. That's why I'm wondering if I missed something. Like, there's not a plane at the gate. We busted a plane, or whether they know that I don't. Like, I mean, seriously, everybody got up and lined up. No announcement made, nothing. So, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Very interesting. Headed down the jetway, boarding, not sure we're boarding. Finally, after making a couple more turns, my plane, this 9-year-old A330, would be taking me up to Hong Kong. Figured it out. Apparently tunnels underneath. But why not just board out of gate 11? We boarded out of gate 10, walked down the jetway, wrapped around, tucked underneath, and back up to gate 11. That's kind of goofy to me, but what do I know? I'm just a passenger. Now for some info about this airline. It is the flagship carrier of Indonesia. Headquartered in Jakarta, it began operations in 1949. That's almost 75 years of flying. They have a fleet size of 68 planes, flying to 51 destinations. I do like this mood lighting.
Hello.
9 Alpha.
9 Alpha.
Wow. To my surprise, the cabin was red. So I think it's the first time I've ever stretched my legs out and not been able to touch the seat back in front of me. I do love it whenever we get some bubbly to start off a journey and a hot towel. A very empty business class. I like it. I can think of worse problems. Jetway is back. Let's have a look around at the seat and the other amenities on this flight. You were given actually a very comfy pillow, and I found out this red has to do with honoring the country's red in the flag. Continue with the seat tour. Looking down to your right is where the headphones are and your remote control to control everything. They give you an amenity kit, and we'll go through that later. Also a bottle of water, and gazing upward, you got these odd-shaped reading lights. Or is it just me? Comment below. Love to hear it. Also on your right is where they store the tray table. Moving over to your left side, you'll find the seat controls, the lounge, and lay down.
Datang di penerbangan Garuda Indonesia.
In front of you, you have storage and slippers. The flight crew is very personable. Right before takeoff, they came around to take everyone's order, what they want for breakfast. And they do it a little different. They're going to do 2 hours before landing breakfast, so just past halfway. I kind of dig that procedure, or just the way they do things. Once we take off, I'll take me a little 2-hour nap or something. Jakarta isn't just home to Garuda. It is also home to CityLink, Batik Air, and Lion Air. Our 5-hour journey would take us up the coast of Indonesia, catch through Singapore, up the South China Sea, and into Hong Kong. Now let's settle in and get some sleep. Let's get settled in, take a little nap, and then we'll go over the seat in a minute again, and let's eat. See you in a few.
2 hours later.
They brought the lights up, breakfast time. They brought out orange juice mixture and a hot towel to start it off. Let's turn our screen on and see how far we are. Fit, but before I eat, let's go check out that lab. This lab is a decent size. It has some goodies in it. You check it out. I think that's the biggest bottle of hand soap I've ever seen in a bathroom. mouthwash. Let's get back to our seat. Almost empty. The slightest of daylight has begun. Blue hour. To start things off, they brought out a fruit platter, butter, jelly, croissant, yogurt, water, and apple juice. Wow, whatever that is delicious. Next up is the main course. Very English kind of style. It was pretty good. My goodness, this is strong
Dari
coffee.
yang terhormat, karena keadaan cuaca, silakan kembali ke tempat duduk dan dengan
Definitely an eye-opener. These headphones didn't even get used, but they look pretty noise canceling. Something I noticed with the seat, there is a divider. Next to it is the Ethernet cord, USB, and the headphone jack. Finally though, let's see what's in this amenity kit. After breaking open the seal and unzipping, first thing out of the gate is an eye mask. Followed by a dental kit. And earplugs. And something I don't need anymore. A brush. Next up is some lip balm. And last but not least, some body butter. I got nice and cozy for the rest of the flight. Before arriving into Hong Kong, a lot of flight crews come around and they spray a chemical that's like a disinfectant. So right before landing, they come around and give you this immigration card for arrival into Hong Kong. No visas or nothing are needed, just this card, your passport, and should be good to go depending on your country. As we descend down into Hong Kong and go on final approach, let's talk about this airline. I thought the staff was amazing, very attentive, personable. The food was pretty good. Definitely some of the better food I've had. And if you ever think you might take them, look at the partner code-share flights, because they're SkyTeam. You might get lucky with booking through Delta or Air France, or even Virgin Atlantic.
We have just landed at Hong Kong International Airport. Welcome to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong International Airport is home to Cathay Pacific and its low-cost carrier HK Express. It is also home to Hong Kong Airlines and Air Hong Kong, to name a couple more. Yeah, we're great, thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hong Kong. I thank you for joining me for this nice, epic journey in business class on Garuda Indonesia. If you like to hit that like for me, subscribe if you're not already. If you're new here, I'm Matt Marcotte, and this is Matt's Moments. See you in the next adventure. I can't wait to bring you along. See ya.